Orit Zadikevitch and Alon Futterman with Kfar Azza Talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kfar Azza Talk. This is a wonderful opportunity to bring people together to talk about the people of Kfar Azza. Life in Kfar Azza, or life outside of Kfar Azza, because it's going to take another year and a half or so until the community is actually able to go back. This is a very special program that we do for supporters of Kfar Azza, friends of Kfar Azza from all different parts of the world that want to keep Kfar Azza close to heart. They want to know what are people going through, what they have in mind, where they are actually at geographically, because they can't be home right now. We've been talking a lot about Ruchama and the fact that over 70% of the families have decided to stay together and move to the temporary living location in Ruchama, but not everyone is in Ruchama, which led us to a conclusion last time that Kfar Azza is not just a place, it's also a concept. It's part of your identity regardless of where you are. So thank you for joining us for this special episode of Kfar Azza Talk. I'm here with my co-host, Orit Zadikevitch.
Hi.
Hi, Orit.
Good afternoon.
Lovely to have you here. And we have two very special guests with us today. Who are you guys?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Eyal. Eyal.
Hi, Eyal.
Should I say my full name? Eyal Joffe. Or
That's
Eyal
the way we
Joffe,
do
depends
it.
in what language you speak. Joffe in English, yes.
And
Meitar.
hi, Meitar.
Hi.
Welcome to Kfar Azza Talk.
Thank you.
Tell
Thank
us
you.
about yourselves. Where are you guys coming from? Ruchama?
No.
No.
Where are you guys at?
I'm gonna ladies
we're-
first.
We're living in Tel Aviv right now.
Yeah.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv,
Yeah.
Tel Aviv. Yeah,
Big city.
I came here by bike, yeah.
You're really a Tel Aviv person already. Came by bike.
Yeah, I live here for already actually 5 years.
Is it very different than the kibbutz?
Yes, so
Very
different.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And
Yes.
are you adjusting or is it weird?
For me personally, I hated Tel Aviv before. I never thought about.
Yes, you did.
I never thought about moving
She used to trash about
in
it a
here.
little bit.
And always people around me told me how much I need to move to Tel Aviv, and I
Wow.
disagree. And now I can't be without it. Like
Wow.
I'm addicted to the city. I feel like if I need to heal from October 7th, this is the place for me to do it. The beach, the people,
You're
the,
not
the
the
Full
same
of
bars.
age,
distraction.
right?
Yes,
You grew up together,
word,
right?
distraction.
Because our
Yeah.
listeners, they don't see them. So you might say that, how old are you?
I'm 32. You also, no?
Yeah.
No, I'm
Not yet.
31.
Okay.
Please.
Our
Please.
class is going to be 32 this year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we grew up together.
How many
Yes.
people are in that Kfar Azza group of about to be 32-year-olds?
I think we were 11, but one of our friends
Yeah, it was
murdered. Yeah, on October 7th.
Who's that?
Adar.
Adar
Yeah.
Rosenfeld,
So-
Zadikevitch.
We were
We were
11
12
and
or 11? 11?
I
It
think-
depends. I must say, we always sometimes count those who left the
Yeah.
kibbutz long ago. They're still part of the group.
Yeah.
So it's always hard for me to tell how much. So I guess we were 11 now, and now we're 10. I would still say we're 11. Yes, I mean, it
Do you have
doesn't-
opportunities to come together as a group? Do you
Yeah.
see each other?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you talk the entire group or like, because we have a strong base of the girls mainly.
Do you have a WhatsApp group that's active?
No, not the entire group. We used to have. We
It's gonna
do.
get
Wait.
interesting.
We have a WhatsApp group. It used to be active only around Purim once a year. So we talk about what a group costume we wear. It also stopped a few years ago because
There is no
we kind of
Purim.
grew
Ah.
out of it.
Yeah.
People wanted to start wear whatever they want. But I think no, we just had 2 group meetings, however you want to call it, like this year. This year it's really important.
Yeah, I
What
think
was it like to see each other after October 7th? To come together?
I think
Regardless
it's,
of where
it's
you were in the country.
I think it's brought us together more than before. We had a lot of activities during this year and a half, mainly to bring back Dawn, which is a group member, and she was kidnapped on October 7th. So I think we did a lot of
And
things.
thankfully returned recently.
Yes.
Yes. And so we did a lot of things as a group and individuals, but we support each other.
Yeah, I could say that
through
it was
this time.
obvious from like very early on, like right after October 7th, that we need each other.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure who opened the new WhatsApp group, because it didn't really matter who is actually meeting with who on a daily basis. We needed each other.
Yeah.
So we have a new WhatsApp group. I mean, actually, it's mainly the girls and me, which is called One for the Other.
Yeah.
Or One for Each Other, whatever,
Yeah.
however you want to translate it.
I
Because
remember
it was
the first,
important to be together.
Yes, I remember
with
the
everything
first
going on.
protest. We have the first protest we have in front of the Kiryat.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you came with a big sign that says, "I want Ron to be my in my
Maid of
wedding,
honor.
the maid of honor."
True.
Do you remember that?
Actually, I must say, I think we were the base that, like, we were the first who wanted to go there. We said we were going there, and then it became a bigger
protest,
Kfar Azza protest.
Okay.
But it was us that said we need to go and shout out that.
We
oh,
can't
It
sit
was about
silent.
the first week. It was.
It was the first week. Like
It was-
time is
it-
all makes
yeah,
up for me.
between the
You say
funerals.
we
Yeah,
met in the first
Terrible.
few
Over
3
a year and a
months,
half ago. Yeah.
It was
which
brutal.
is insane. Yes, I think it was Doreen who said we need to go shout out with signs and stuff. And then people just joined. Yeah.
Have you had the opportunity to tell her about the demonstrations for her?
To Doron? Yeah, of course.
She
I
knows.
think.
She knows that you were there.
I think yes, but I think that she doesn't realize how much the protests were and how much we were into it because she wasn't here. But we trying to show her a lot of things on Instagram and videos and newspaper, whatever we can. But we don't want to overwhelm
Of
her
course.
as well. So
What was the group discussion like when she came back?
oh my God,
I
that
was not
shocked.
really in the loop, I must say. So it were the girls. I was not here when she came back. I flew for my very late honeymoon. So I was not here. I was not part of the conversations. So Meitar should tell.
It was shock. Like the morning that we knew that she's coming back, we decided to meet as a group and to watch it together. In the meantime, we went shopping and we bought a lot of things that we think that she gonna need right now to make her feel good. And we bought a lot of alcohol and food and we watched it together. It was a very special moment for us to be reunited. I think it's made us to feel like
Also, you met the entire group together to watch it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And we felt like our pieces came back together, but not fully because we lost Adar. But yeah, it was truly amazing feeling to meet her and to see her and to be in the hospital with her and just be there for her to help her readjust to the life that she's
I will
living.
not ask if she's the same Doron because she's not here, but I want to talk about you. But are you the same Meitar that was before Doron came back and after Doron came back?
I would say that I'm not the same Meitar before October 7, because since October 7, I'm not happy, or I'm mostly like angry and helpless and trying to do as much as I can. I'm so happy that Doron is here again, and I really did whatever I can to make my voice heard and to make the deals to happen with the hostages. But we still have 59 hostages until they all come back. I think I'm not gonna be the same ever again. So it's a difficult question. I'm really happy that she's here. But it's not that, okay, now my fight is over. Like, I keep going to the rallies, to the shout-outs, whatever I can.
It's not the end of the story.
No.
Yeah.
I can support what she says from my experience, like from my feeling. I am not the same person I was before October 7. I also just told you right before we came in the room that I don't even have the patience to do stuff like I did before. And before Doron came back, I felt like I'm living with like a guillotine above my head. You don't know what's gonna happen, what will happen, when it will happen. So it was like I was trying to maintain somehow like back to normal life because I still have to pay rent and go to work, and it's really hard to do the very basic
Normal
routine
things,
stuff when you have all this stress above your head. I didn't allow myself to be happy when they said she's coming back until she was actually back. And
You had to see it to believe it.
I needed to see it to believe it.
Because we had
Exactly.
a opportunity that we thought that she's gonna come back, and then the day that she was supposed to come back, the deal was canceled. Yes, and they started the war again.
It's
so.
very emotional to always expect for something to happen and then
it's
to
not
be
It doesn't
disappointed. So I really didn't even allow myself to be happy until I can actually be happy. And then I was just relieved.
I think as friends, we're in a different place than most people. Like not most people, but from the families, for example, because they have the routine to be just for their fight. And us as friends, we're not family relative. We're not have the right to just sit at home and cry and and process things. We have to get up and go to work and functions and as human being and go out and meet with friends.
So let me ask you, how do you do that? It's been a year and a half now. Thankfully, the Ron is back, but the war's still going on.
Yeah.
Your families, originally from Kfar Azza, those who were in Kfar Azza on October 7th or at the time are not able to go back home. If you wanted to move to Kfar Azza today, you can't. Right?
Yeah.
You're living a few lives at the same time.
Yeah.
And you get up in the morning, you function, you go to work, you have friends, you have relationships. How do you do it? What are the anchors in your life that allow you to be who you are, regardless of the challenges that you've just described?
It's very hard to answer. I would say that my anchors, if you're asking about anchors, are my husband and my group of friends.
They're not necessarily from Kfar Azza.
My husband is not from Kfar Azza, but my friends,
the group of friends.
friends from the kibbutz.
That are from Kfar Azza. Okay.
I live in Tel Aviv for already 5 years. So I was not in Kfar Azza when it happened.
Was your family there?
My parents, me and my siblings, we all live in Tel Aviv. But I lived in the kibbutz like 2 years, just 2 years before. I only moved here to live with my husband. So it was already hard from the beginning because I was very focused on being with the kibbutz and with my friends, like with the community, not with my Tel Aviv life, with my kibbutz life. It was very important to me. But at some point I had to go back to my life, like to my reality, which is in Tel Aviv, with my Tel Aviv friends, with my Tel Aviv job, with my Tel Aviv rent. The only thing, it was very hard because it's like living two lives. I want to be for the kibbutz and for the community, but also have to be for myself and for my husband and for my other friends. I was just not 100% in each one of them.
So how do you function when you're not 100% anywhere?
You can't.
How do you achieve goals? How do you
don't
do things you want to do? You just don't.
For me, I feel like my life just kind of
on hold.
Yes, but also like stopped. Like I'm tuned to like universe. There's me who's struggling what I'm struggling with, and the person that I become, which is impatient, not believing human, like kind, or a lot of things that make me not as happy as I was before. I'm struggling to get up in the morning to go to my work. I've been since October 7. It took me 7 months to get up and do something with myself, to get a new job, to move out from the hotel. I moved after a year and 2 months or so. So I lived in one room with my dog. I didn't have my personal life as I had before, and it's the small things that matters. Like I've moved to Tel Aviv, and now I need to find everything else. Like I'm starting a new life, but not really, because I knew I have to find a new gym, a new nail technique. It's the really small things that I had very for myself back before October 7th, and then they just threw you here, and you gotta deal with it. So I feel about myself that I'm really struggling, but I'm trying to focus on the goals and purpose. For me now, it's to bring back the hostages and to heal and to help my family heal and to be as much as I can with friends. And we talk about the benefits of Tel Aviv. So I have the tayelet.
The promenade or portable, yeah.
Near my house. So I do love to just go and walk. But it can be really frustrating because sometimes when you just walk and you see the sunset, you just think about the hostages and the many sunsets they didn't get to watch. So it can be very vivid, but very depressing at the same time. I don't know how to explain it.
Meitar, were you in Kfar Azza on October 7th?
No, actually, I left after Friday dinner at 12:30. Mainly, I staying at my parents' place, but this time, I don't know why. I had the Bruno Mars concert the day after, and I just, like 1 o'clock-ish, I just decided to go, and my mom begged me to stay because she didn't want me to drive that late. But I said, no, I gotta go. So my parents were in the house with my brother, my grandmother, and 2 siblings. Yeah. No, 1 sibling, sorry.
There were many terrorists in her house, and her brother got shot in his hand, but his...
the terrorists came to our house and destroy it, and they shot through the door. They tried to open the mamad door. And
the safe room.
Yeah, the safe room. And we lost connection with them. It was 30 hours that we just lost our mind because everyone said that they're dead and we didn't know what to expect. Yeah, one person that I talked with said that they basically dead.
Wow.
And
because all their neighborhood.
Yeah, the
most of them
most of their neighbors were kidnapped or murdered.
Or murdered,
And it was really hard to believe someone will get out of this house. Not just them, but it's the same stories like with other people.
Yeah, was your family on the kibbutz that day?
My parents, yes.
What was communication with them like during those hours?
We had communication. I don't know what is it. They were lucky. Kind of like, because they didn't lose electricity. They didn't lose...
They had Wi-Fi.
I don't know. They had electricity. They had cell phone service. My brother forced them to send us a text every 15 minutes. It doesn't matter what it is. An emoji, just whatever. Just so we know they're there. So we had communication with them the entire time. So I was like, I was able to not worry about them, kind of, and to worry about my other friends who stopped answering at like 9:30 in the morning, 10:30, whatever. Like I knew my parents were okay, and they kept updating us if they know someone is at their neighbor's house, because there were also there were shootings and like I don't know fights between the soldiers and Hamas soldiers in the neighborhood. They live in the Shchona Kilatit. I don't know how you say it in English. No, and no one got into their house. They never had to fight for the safe room door. I mean, unless there are things they didn't tell us. Like, I know now they did go out of the room, to get food, to go to the toilet. They did not tell us at that time. so we will not be worried. Yes, so and I think they got out on the second group that was rescued around like 1, 2 a.m.
And
Yes.
how are your families doing now? A year and a half into the war, after October 7th, when you look at your parents, when you look at your siblings, where do you think they're at? What reflects what they're going through?
I think my brother who got shot is the most that need to heal right now, mentally and physically. So he's going through a lot of treatments, and he
Like
might,
physical therapy?
yeah, and he might need another surgery. I don't know. And my parents are traumatized, but they taking care of each other, and we all in the as a family, we all very committed to the fight to bring the hostages back, mainly Gali and Zivi, of course. But yeah, I think we all get in our psychotherapy, and we just need to, everyone is find the little things in life that make them feel better. And I think Tel Aviv do good to my parents as well. So at least that. I'm happy to have them nearby and to see them trying to get themselves back.
Thank you. And Eyal, how about you?
My family. It's hard to say because I think for me it's a bit hard to say because the way I see it, we all as a family felt lucky that we're all still a whole family. And we're just busy meeting together quite a lot. Like my parents live in Herzliya now, which is like only 20 minutes drive away. And they are both in a pension. Retired. I mean, they're still super busy. It's hard to say because I don't know really about my parents. They say they are obviously better, but they live in a city which is not something they did before. They live in a building where they don't know their neighbors and they miss having neighbors that they know, miss having...
Did they consider going to Ruchama or do they need a break?
No, they know they're not going to go to Ruchama because they did... no, because it was a little bit too much for them.
Understandable.
Because we were not always really deep inside the community of the kibbutz. We moved to the kibbutz in 2003 when I was 10. They both always worked outside. We also lived in the Shchona Kilatit, which is on the side. So I think it was too intense for them moving with everyone to a smaller house. And to feel like pioneers, kind of like they're both olim chadashim. How do you say it?
New immigrants.
Yes, I'm a first generation in Israel.
Where they moved to Israel from?
My mom from Argentina, my dad from the UK, from London. So to move to a small house with nothing around was too much like being kibbutz pioneers all over again, and they are retired, so it's not for them. And they're in Herzliya, they're close to us. They have a new first grandchild now. So if you'll ask about my brother, he's busy, he moved to a new house, he has his first son, but also his best friends, all of them lost their siblings. One of them is the brother of Gali and Zivi, who are still hostages. So I know it's really hard for him. It's really specifically hard for him knowing that he's almost the only one from his class who didn't lose anyone or have someone in captivity. So I know that he has guilt.
We call survivor's guilt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And because they are a small group and all of them, like even Sheket Kedoshim has her father, which is, what was the...
2008.
Yeah, so his entire class, his entire group of friends from the kibbutz is going through that, and he's the only one who's not.
So complicated.
It's a complicated thing,
Absolutely. And tell me something, when thinking about your family, but also your friends, the friends that you mentioned at the beginning, and talking about the future of this community and the future of Kfar Azza, what do you think has to happen with Kfar Azza, with the people of Kfar Azza, so people even consider to be part of it again? What has to happen? I'm not saying, who's going to move back and who's not.
Yeah.
It's too early to ask that. But what has to happen in the meantime?
I think it's a very hard question, but I feel like we need to... Okay, so I think I feel like the community is like a little bit falling apart because sometimes when you don't live in Ruchama, you feel outside. And it's very difficult for the people to lose not their just home, but to feel to be in a part from for a pure part of a community. Sorry. And there's a lot of activities and things that the management doing to bring the community together, and it's important, and we need to continue that.
One of them, by the way, is the women retreat that we did months ago.
Yeah, now we have
your mother.
Another one
and
coming.
there's another one. You're going to register? Please do.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going.
And
my
my
dad is
dad is
going.
going.
My husband is
The
going.
men's retreat and the women's retreat.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a
please
good
go.
example because I think it's important to stay
to
together,
do, yeah.
stay friends. Remember that
Really,
we are
yeah.
all going through a lot.
A lot, yeah. And be more patient to each other because
Yes.
everyone is so on the edge all the time.
Yes.
And
Definitely.
to be more compassion to each other and patience and loving. And
it's not always easy because everyone wants the
Yeah.
other person to think about him or them. And as we said, both of us, we lost a lot of our capacity and of having patience, like in general. Like much more on edge and stressed and angry.
on our toes all the
and
time.
it's hard doing many things. If it's to be kind to one another, to get a job. So if you talk about what does the community needs to do until then, or for aspiring to go back, and to stay friends.
Maybe to have opportunities to be
stay
together.
friends, to remember we love each other even when we fight, even when we're not nice to each other.
But Farad is a strong community, and I believe
it's a strong
that
community
we're
of
gonna,
strong people.
we're gonna make it through it. I believe that in the end we're gonna stay community no matter what. Like even the people was not coming back to Kfar Azza. I think it's more like it's not physically the place as is the feeling that you're part of something. And this is the benefits of a kibbutz. It gives you this feeling of you're part of something, of a community, that you have people to lean on and to help to when they need and when you need. And this is why I see this community keep growing and build itself again, stronger and better.
I wish after Gali and Ziv will be back, we're going to have a
course.
very big Purim party.
Yes.
For sure.
And you're going to come to the contest, because every year there is a very big contest of the customs, and each class comes with its own customs.
Okay.
And this is Kutzat
like
Arduf,
group,
and they
costume.
never won the first prize.
You never did first prize?
No, and we had a custom
Never.
What's
about
with your
it.
group? Come on,
What?
guys. What's with your group?
No,
they had very
The
good
group
customs.
costumes?
Good
They had
costumes.
costumes.
Very
We
good
had
customs.
even a costume that says Arduf never win. We had it.
Yes, it was a collection of
All the
costumes that did
and
not
still
win.
And we did
All these
it.
hard
Still
feelings,
do.
Orit. Where are you? Come on.
Yeah.
I have to be in the judgment
There you go.
team, so I will vote for
You
you.
always put on the
Okay.
Purim production in Kfar Azza, so
For the younger people,
Yeah,
but not for the
not for us.
I
We
want-
as young as well.
I wanted
Please.
to add
help
to
us.
what you asked and to what Meitar said. I think because it's not about if and when and who will move back to the kibbutz, or where the kibbutz will move on together. it's a fact that there are a lot of families that had to think about their kids and put them in education systems, and they might not go back. And if the community will find ways to do things that will make those people come back, even just for an event, something that that will make them still feel belong, although they're not part of the community in that way, like they don't live together anymore. I don't have the answer to what it is exactly, but if they will find some concept of events that are not the Memorial Day, something more positive, something more,
I think
Like the
the
retreats.
Kite Festival was like that.
the what?
The
Kite Festival.
Yeah, the
Fifoniada.
Fifoniada. It was like that. People all around.
And the Megillah, please.
Yes,
the
of course.
Purim.
But something
on
bigger
October
and
7,
positive we
had a lot of
make
people
come back just for this day.
But
to remember.
You
for
think it will
example,
happen?
on October 7, we should have the festival kites, and a lot of guests came back to the kibbutz just for come to the kibbutz just to be a part of it. Families and former members of the kibbutz, and I think that's one thing that bring the community together as is, and it's a really good idea. You
believe it will happen again?
Maybe they will come up with even a new concept. I don't know.
I think it's very depends on the results of this war also, because
What, the Kite Festival?
Yes.
You mean
First
because
of all,
of
the
its
manager was
political
Viv
idea?
Putz managed it, of course. I think
Right.
Yeah, but it will
I
continue
think it will
in
have
its
to
memory
continue.
at least.
Yes, on its
it's not gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be the same purpose, but for his memory, the Kutz family memories, I think we should do it, and we did it last year
in Tel Aviv.
here in Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not about the place, but where the idea of it, and in Tel Aviv it was very emotional to be in it.
And we made a kite for every
hostages that was
It was
It's hard to say now what will happen because although it's a year and a half, it's absolutely
nothing.
fresh. It's like yesterday, it's like last week. Time is completely all mashed together. This story is not over. Everyone is still processing things, and actually, as long as the war is going and there are still hostages there, and Gali and Zivi are not back, it's, as everyone says, it's already sounds like it's a cliche to say, but we cannot start processing and putting it behind us because it's not behind us. Once it will be behind us,
that's a different story.
then we can start doing other things. Then we can start doing, I don't know, the Kite Festival in a positive way in the memory of. Now everything is we're still in it.
Yeah, the community is not.
It's
fully...
strange to do things I guess they will do, but for me it's hard to think about an event in the memory of, like we remember something that happened before when we're still not over with this. Like it's still mixed together with something that is ongoing. I think everyone is really waiting for it to be over.
And for Gali and Zivi to come back home, that's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
We can't be fully functioning community without them, and we're waiting for them and praying for them and all the 59 hostages in general, and Gali and Zivi in particular.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. Wait, I think we're up to the lightning round.
Oh, yeah.
You ready for the lightning round?
What?
There's a lightning
I have a
round.
quiz.
Oh my God.
There you go.
I'm
You're
going
going to be asked questions quickly. You're going to have to answer quickly at the same time.
Okay.
Together?
Together. You
To see if we have the same answer?
No, not necessarily. I mean, it could be any answer.
Just what
you
come
have
up
to say
to
it would
your
be. That happened to us. We had people who had the same answers.
Okay.
That was interesting.
Okay.
They grow up together. They do everything together, so it probably...
Let's telepathy.
Okay, let's try. What is the first word that comes to your mind when I say Kfar Azza?
Community.
For me, it's like a country club. Green, like green of the grass.
Yeah?
But a country club, I always say Kfar Azza is so beautiful and nice, like a country club.
Wow.
Nice.
And what is come to your mind when I'm saying October 7?
Hell.
One word.
Hell.
Blackness, like really dark.
If I will not live in Kfar Aza, I will live in...
Other country.
Really? Wow.
Well, for me, it's already Tel Aviv, but I don't know what is my forever place yet. So,
Fair enough.
If one of the listeners are in the US, wanna host me, I'm open to...
They're saying to themselves, if you want to host us in Kfar Aza, you know,
I
you're
don't think
working
you
on a
should.
place that
No, just kidding.
we rebuild one day.
Okay. So next week, you have opportunity to drink coffee with Donald Trump. What are you going to say to him?
Bring the hostages back.
yeah, keep going with this subject, at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you have a chance to drink coffee with some famous person, live or dead or whatever in the whole world, who will it be?
Oh. Harry Styles.
Yeah?
I'm a groupie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he going to ask you questions or are you going to ask him questions?
I don't think a question is going to be involved.
I got it. Okay. No comments.
No, I don't have an answer. I have no answer.
Can
For
we
that.
strike that from the record?
Alon, who would you drink coffee with?
I get my grandfather to come back.
No, but
Yeah,
they
I mean,
said
wait,
famous.
We
This
said
is
also
irrelevant.
someone who is dead.
They said that
Yeah,
are
but
alive.
famous.
Dead or alive,
alive,
Queen
yeah.
Elizabeth, for sure.
Yeah?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Princess Diana. Taking advice for her style? Yeah, for sure.
Her hats.
Arrival.
This is a hard one, but when there is the Tikva, the national
Anthem.
anthem, in ceremonies, what do you do?
I don't sing.
I never sang, actually.
And even before that, you never?
Before. I never
Okay.
sang. Well, it's very myself and I, but because I grew up, I'm first generation in Israel. I actually never felt Israeli until I was 20.
Wow.
I started to love my country when I was 20.
Wow.
But yeah, I grew up like with a grandfather in London sending us Christmas gifts on Christmas. I loved being a kibbutznik, but I waited to be 18 and get out. And so I never understood the concept of patriotism and nationalism. And the Tikva always felt so dark. It is dark. Maybe actually now because of October 7th, I understand the words much more. But it always felt like a very dark anthem and not
For me, it's
it doesn't feel positive. Doesn't make me feel stronger. Because it talks about let's just never let it happen again, whatever that is. No.
For
doesn't
me,
make me feel good.
it's the complete opposite
Yeah?
because I was all about the country and very Zionist and like pro-Israeli, and now I just can't. Like how can I sing it to be free in our country?
Yeah, it's really hard to
but
sing
we
those
don't
words
have
now.
we don't have completely freedom, and we have hostages in captivity. So no, I don't sing anything on October 7.
I feel
Do you
I'm
hum
going
or do you
No.
just walk away?
No,
Stay quietly.
I stay quiet. If I get the chance to walk away, I walk away because now I don't feel like the connection to the country, to our symbols, everything that I feel betrayed. This is why I find it hard for me to sing it, but I'm trying to rebuild my faith and love to this country because I grew up here and I loved it so much. Hopefully one day I can feel the same.
Okay, last question.
It's a good question.
When I'm going to Kfar Aza, now we are going to Kfar Aza, what is the first thing that you do? Where do you go? What do you do?
You mean now?
Now you
Right
you
now?
happen to go to Kfar Aza from time to time?
I must admit that I didn't go for over 6 months. I don't even remember when was the last time. And it's hard for me because I love the kibbutz. I used to go every 2 months.
When you went 6 months ago, what did you go for?
Home. First of all, home. Now I call it my parents' home, but it's home for me. It doesn't matter.
You go to your room? Or you go to,
No,
just
it's
to
not.
the dining
Actually,
room?
the balcony. The balcony is
the
my
balcony.
favorite place.
Wow.
Yes, the backyard.
Yeah.
Just to be home, just to hear the quietness, the birds, the nature, the wind in the trees. That's the kibbutz for me. to go to this green piece of grass that's right behind you. I think that's one of the most beautiful places in the kibbutz. But home to the backyard. I clean the backyard when I go there. Even it's nonsense for 2 hours when I'm there and then I'm gone. But home, yeah.
I'm going home and visit the young neighborhood that I lived there for many long time, and just process and watch again and try to understand what they did to us, to did those young, beautiful people in this neighborhood, and just lighting candles and praying for the hostages to come back. So I do both things, but yeah.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm happy that Orit and I, that are part of the Kfar Azza Foundation, have prioritized building a new young adult neighborhood, so all those who are looking for that home have the possibility of thinking about it one day.
Yeah, I must say it's tempting to take one of those. It's exactly where I lived before I moved to Tel Aviv.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now the community is prioritizing building a new young adult neighborhood, not instead of the existing one that's still under discussion. But there's going to hopefully be a possibility to build 60 units and allow young adults who want to move back at some point to do that. We're actively fundraising for that, and then hopefully we're going to move forwards with it.
We want it to be attractive, so we're going to have a music new
wow.
room, we're going to new gym, new playground if you have kids in the future.
As I said, a country
for us,
club.
it's going to be a very happy place.
I wanted to say, I don't know how much time we have, but I wanted to say, following your question, where would you go? For me, it's home. I mean, I moved out of Tel Aviv, of the kibbutz, for my own reasons, but I never wanted to leave the kibbutz like out of my life. So like I used to come at least once in 2 months to stay for the weekend, stay at home, be with my parents, go visit my friends. Yes, so one of the things that makes me angry the most with everything going on is that I don't have the kibbutz as part of my life, and for me, knowing that I didn't go there for over, I really don't know when was the last time, but more than 6 months, it's really hard for me. I'm stuck in Tel Aviv. I really have nowhere to escape to. I mean, I can visit my friends in Ruchama or Shfaim. It's not the same. It's a kibbutz. It's nice. It's my friends. It's the same feeling.
You'll always
but I want to go,
Italy.
just get stuck in Italy. But I want to go home. I want to be able to go for the weekend, spend the time there. And now I don't have it, which is hard.
Thank you for sharing that. We're going to wrap up this very special episode, and I want to thank both of you for being with us here today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Orit, for being with me,
Thank you, Alon.
co-hosting this show. It's a wonderful opportunity to remind all that are listening that Kfar Azza still has a journey to go through before they can actually go home. I mean, October 7th is not something that happened in the past. It's still happening in the present. We still have 2 hostages from the community out of 59 in total. And that's very unfortunate. We need them to come home. So if you're listening to this episode, and we encourage you to look for the local demonstration in the neighborhood that you're living in or the city that you're living in, go, join, raise awareness, make sure that no one forgets that everybody needs to get home as quickly as possible. For those of you who are supporting Kfar Azza, thank you for doing that. Thank you for looking out for the Kfar Azza Foundation in order to support education, welfare, mental health programs, community programs. It's really important, and we appreciate every donation and every involvement of any kind. Todah from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.